Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I am your host, John Harris. On my left-hand side is my right-hand man, Gabriel.
Whoa.
And that sample you just heard was Kings of Terror by Deafing, who I've got on the show with me right now. They've got a new EP called All Hail the Decay, which was released via Inverse Records on May 22nd. Right now I'm being joined by Marco and Mikko to share some stories about the music and share more info about the band and what the boys have got going on. So, Marco, Mikko, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are quite welcome. All right, well, let's go ahead and get back into terrorizing people. Let's go back to the Kings of Terror.
The King of Terror.
All right, coming back from the track Kings of Terror, which opens up with that brutal riff and then just kicks in. I mean, obviously the band's called Deafing. I would expect some deafing to be going on. But I'm curious, Kings of Terror, what is this track about? Who are the kings? What is the terror? What are they doing?
Well, maybe the kings are us humans and we are the kings of terror. We make our world quite bad place sometimes, and that's what the track is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the things that we ourselves as humans are doing, going around acting like we are the kings, but in reality we're just destroying everything.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's basically the story in a nutshell.
Yeah, not in Finland.
Well, maybe the greedy people are everywhere. It's all over the world.
Just different names. Different names and a little bit different types of evilness, but nonetheless.
Yeah, very cool. Now, I'm curious, when it comes to the track, at least musically, from what I understand from what Yoni had sent me, you guys are basically the major writing force behind the EP. Is that correct?
Yeah. Basically, I bring forth the riffs and then we start combining them with Mikko bit by bit. Mikko adds structural ideas and it slowly starts to build up.
Okay. Cool. Now take us through Kings of Terror. Was this an earlier track, or was the EP sort of already established by the time Kings of Terror was written?
I think it was the first song that we made for it. First or second. Probably Kings of Terror or Crash and Burn were the first ones, I think.
We have a couple of songs in the drawer that we didn't use in this recording. They are the oldest ones, but all the songs were written for this EP, I think.
Yeah, we had three or four songs earlier. That some of them have music videos on YouTube with our prototype name, but we decided not to include those songs on the EP. We started fresh from the drawing board.
Okay, cool. Now I'm curious. You mentioned this is one of the earlier tracks that was written. So, did it set the tone for what became the EP, All Hail the Decay?
Yeah, it might have. But those are not completely that different. One song is slower, but I think they are quite the same type of songs.
Yeah, pretty much in the same way. So they are a little bit different, but the general theme overall, I think, is the same with the tone and all.
Okay, perfect. Wow. If you dug the track Kings of Terror and you want to check out those lyrics, you can do so by going to today's show notes at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca, and there will be a lyric video for the track. Now, let's go listen to the next track, Crash and Burn.
Crash and burn. Crash and burn.
All right, coming back from the track Crash and Burn, I remember you guys were saying this may have also been one of the earlier tracks that was written for the EP. Now, I guess I'm curious. Take us through the musical process that went, with this track. What went into creating Crash and Burn?
I think it all started with, I think we were just jamming around. I didn't have that much of the music ready when we came to the rehearsal place. I started to play the intro riff with the tapped harmonics, and then Mikko had a drum beat, and then we just started to think like, where should it go next? And then we went full retard with it.
Yeah, well, now we've got Crashing and Burning, so I'm curious, what is Crashing and Burning? Is it related to Kings of Terror? Is it humanity that's going to be crashing and burning? Is that what's happening right now?
It's kind of the Kings of Terror was the like bigger issues, and Crash and Burn is like more personal, like one person's own breakdown, slowly succumbing to
personal breakdown. When Kings of Terror are consuming the whole humanity, Crash and Burn is an individual having a breakdown.
Wow. Okay, so breaking down at different levels. Now, I'm curious, though, when it comes to the music video, so first and foremost, if you dug the track Crash and Burn and you want to check out the music video, you can do so by going to today's show notes at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. You can see the boys jamming out in the mist there. It looks like you're dressed up in a suit. I'm curious, what does that have to do with the track? You're yelling in a suit.
Yeah, it like signifies for the modern corporate pressure that you get into every day working. You are giving your everything, but it still doesn't seem like enough, and then you are slowly succumbing into madness.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, because it looks like you're getting dressed, and then throughout the music video, you're progressively getting undressed, but getting angrier.
Yeah.
And now you're
typical. Nah.
Now you're smiling and laughing. There's no smiling and laughing on the Rock Metal Podcast. Beautiful. Well, and especially now, you mentioned that, and something I was just chatting with my wife about the other day was, obviously doing nothing sucks. We would like to contribute to society, but being on the hamster wheel that we were on before sucks even more than doing absolutely nothing. So how do we, as humanity, find a balance when this whole thing, lifts up so that we're working enough but not overworking, thinking that it's necessary?
Yeah, I think this virus does a bit good because it stops us to think the things that are important in our life. Not so much about making money and working all the time.
Yeah, you tend to take things for granted. But my theory is that humanity will really forget about this soon and get back to their old habits. But I hope there is some improvement at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. Well, and if it doesn't change, then we can all say, all hail the decay.
Indeed.
Exactly. Now, if you dug the two tracks, Kings of Terror and Crash and Burn, then you'll be super excited to know that via Inverse Records on May 22nd came a full EP called All Hail the Decay with absolutely incredible artwork. I think I spent at least 5 minutes too long staring at the artwork thinking, is that a picture? Did you guys actually find that location somewhere? That's creepy.
I actually found it from a stock photo website. I have a full license there, and I was just browsing for like pictures that would really fit the mood, and that was perfect. A little bit of Photoshop, and I got the idea to have the name of the EP like spray painted on the wall.
Yeah.
So it fits it better. I first thought that I just put the name under there, but then I thought like it's a little bit boring. So let's do something creative with it.
I agree. Now, we listened to 2 tracks off of the EP. There are 5 total. One of them is a cover by the legendary At the Gates, Blinded by Fear. So, my first question, boys, is, of all the covers in all the world, why Blinded by Fear by At the Gates?
At the Gates is an incredible band.
Yeah, extremely fun song to play. We have been playing it for years now. So it was good, natural that we would pick that as a cover song if we are going to do any. We didn't have any interest of like learning a new cover song, and it has been on our gig arsenal also. So it was quite natural selection with it, and I think, like I said, for both of us at the Gates have had a tremendous influence.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Now, with regard to the other couple of tracks on the EP, I guess my big question is either, what should we expect from the EP, or when you guys came together to write the EP, what did you guys set out to create?
Well, the composing process wasn't that like organized. It was just throwing riffs around and see what sticks.
And we had some kind of idea to just have fun and let go, not think too much, not to reinvent the wheel again and say we have something new for this type of music, because no one really brings something new.
Yes. Basically, it's all been done before. We are just trying to add our sick little twist in it.
Beautiful. All right. Well, boys, normally we'd be chatting about all those tours and summer festivals, but since those are canceled for the year, my next question is there anything that I missed? Any news you want to chat about that I didn't ask?
Well, the gigs are canceled.
Well, actually, there is light at the end of the tunnel because the Finnish government has authorized from June onwards for the small clubs to have the gig stuff open. So we might get some gigs in the summer, but time will tell. There could be quite a lot of rush from the bands to the gig, so we have to be early if we want to play some, but I hope it's getting better.
And we have started to write new songs, but we are very slow band doing that.
Yeah, let's hope that our material this time doesn't take. How many years did we?
Several years.
Yeah, we were kind of a place where we were really questioning, like, are we going anywhere? But when we started to record this EP, the flame ignited properly. Like, oh, holy shit, this really sounds nice. So I hope that the process for the next EP probably will be our EP again. Will be much weaker because I have like a handful of awesome riffs already. We just need to sit down and try and make awesome songs out of them.
Yeah, very cool stuff. All right, well, boys, I just wanted to thank you for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.